Welcome back to the Oddcast. You're two friendly odd dudes. What's my normal line? I don't know if I've forgotten at this point. I'm Alex. And he's Ricky. And we're just two odd dudes who decided to start a podcast.
For over 60 episodes.
Well, when I knock myself off my line, I kind of forget it, you know.
What do you mean? Like, you knock yourself off your line? What do you threw yourself off by coming in different?
Let me show you here. Have you ever been putting away your dishes and then you accidentally, or have you ever been putting away your stuff after you finish cooking and you're like, oh, I didn't put my box of cereal in the fridge for some reason. You ever done that?
Not unless I'm extremely tired.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired.
All right, re-intro it.
No, I think we should just go with that.
We'll go with it, but re-intro him so we just,
Hey, welcome back for a second time. I'm Alex.
And I'm Ricky.
And we're just two friendly guys. We're
not
two odd dudes who decided to start a podcast.
And today we're talking about thrill seeking.
Yeah.
If we're
cool.
Oh, I think that's a different topic.
That's true.
I don't think
answer
we
is
get to
no.
choose that.
At least for me.
We have to do a poll.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Our polls are always accurate.
Yeah. 100%.
If we put that, which of our friends would vote yes for woo?
Would it be, are we cool? Or is it is Alex cool?
That's
or is Ricky cool?
Yeah.
And then combined. I would want to see what the difference is between you and I.
And then combined.
And then what combined.
Yeah, that'd be a good poll.
How much do I bring you down is really what, because if we're going who's cooler, typically we're going to go with you.
We couldn't look at the results though, because certain people saying you're cool or not cool, could make your day or break your day.
No, man, I'm pretty shameless. I feel like I'm not cool. So if somebody says I'm cool, I'm like, oh, thank you.
Make your day.
Yeah.
What if your wife was like, no, he's not cool.
She probably would say that.
My heart. Well, oh my gosh, I was hooked on.
Hey, when we got married, everybody in our friend group said that Tony was cooler than me.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Right. So I'm at this point.
She's awesome.
She's just a cool one, and
because we're birthday buddies.
Yep, it's true. But you know what? Oh man, does that mean that when we have kids someday that they're gonna like her more?
Probably. Well, I don't know which one of you is gonna be meaner. I feel like Tony's gonna be meaner. Why are we on this? How did we get here?
I don't know. But
we're talking about thrill seeking today.
We're just two friendly odd guys having a conversation.
That is not what this podcast is.
Oh, okay.
You got the slogan wrong.
Wait, we're just two lifelong friends.
No, don't start that. We're gonna get attacked. Legal battle. That we can't afford.
No, not even close.
So you asked some questions. Some of these you've done.
Some of these I've
done.
Yeah. And some of these, neither of us have done.
That is correct. So we talk about skydiving. I've never done. I really want to.
Wait, we should probably just get into the podcast.
No, we're going to say
you want to ask about it now?
No, I'm not going to ask you. I'm just saying what we're talking about. Skydiving.
Okay. Skydiving.
Bungee jumping.
Yep. Whitewater rafting.
And dancing in public.
Yep. Was that it? Was that all of them?
I think that was all.
That was all of them, yeah.
So we're going to talk about that. And the reason dancing in public is on there is because I got a theory on this.
Okay.
We got to talk about.
I'm ready to hear it.
Because we were just at a party recently together, and I got a
was
theory
dancing.
about it. Yeah. Yep. There was. Kind of.
There was dancing.
Kind of.
For a long time, there was only a few people dancing.
Right. That's what I said. Kind of.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Oddcast. So we are talking about, we'll start off with, I'm going to restart that. We'll start off with talking about skydiving.
Yeah.
You have been.
Yes. Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah.
I have wanted to go.
Really?
I was supposed to go for my 18th birthday. It never happened.
Wow. Honestly, I didn't know that you'd wanted to go.
Oh, I love that stuff. I love roller coasters. Heights don't scare me.
You know what's interesting? Have I talked to you about Micah going skydiving when we went?
I think so. But it was a long time ago.
Horrified of heights.
Yeah.
I've seen that man get up on some tall heights or ladders and get his knees shaking, you know?
Are you scared of heights?
No.
A lot of tall people are, which I find very strange.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. I don't know. But that being said, Micah jumping out of that plane, not as scared. Not scared at all. It is not the same feeling as honestly, those roller coasters that bring you up really tall, like the ones that are like the skydiver roller coasters.
Yeah, just drop you.
And just drop you.
Those are the
scarier
best.
than skydiving.
Those are the best. I love those.
They are
feels
fun.
like your stomach is in your throat.
You don't get that feeling during skydiving.
Did you hang out on the edge of the plane, or just you were in the plane and they just launched you out?
Well, you have to sit down in the doorway of the plane.
Yeah.
And then they
I
just
feel like that's
3,
more
2, 1, jump
scaring
out.
than anything else. It's people aren't really scared of heights. They're scared of looking down. Because if you don't know how high you are up, you're not scared of it.
Well, no, so that's the issue, I think, is when you're looking down, like it just looks like you're looking up over like a satellite view of Google Maps. You know, like
because it doesn't look real.
It's unreal to you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, whatever. Like I feel like if I did base jumping, I would be horrified. I'm not even scared of heights, but you jumping off of something where you're like, I can look around and see how fast I'm falling at this moment.
Yeah. Like I'm not scared of heights,
can't.
but I won't cliff jump.
Really?
Yeah, because
I've watched
what?
Because you're back.
No, because I've watched too many people like hurt themselves severely.
Yeah.
Because people are dumb and you can slip when you're jumping. I've watched one guy went to jump off and slip right before it happened, and he just fell down the cliff, just kept hitting it.
Oh, oof.
Not doing that. I've watched people jump, miss, break their legs.
Yep.
This is all sorts of awful. And I'm always scared, like, what if there's a big rock under there that I just didn't see? And you just hit that one. Dead. I'm not about it, man.
Yeah.
And if it was crystal clear, I'd probably do it.
That's the only time I've ever done cliff jumping is when so what I did is I went to this place, Wet Beaver Creek, up north in Arizona somewhere. I don't know.
Northern
Arizona. And that it's like really clear. And so I saw that there was nothing down there, but I also got in the water. Heckin' cold though.
Yeah.
So cold. Got in the water and then I like pushed myself down as far as I could go and found out that it was like about probably 14 feet or something like that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be fine.
You'll be safe.
I'm going to be fine doing this. And then I did it. And then I did a backflip off the rock, which I felt great about because I've never done a backflip in my life.
Did you land feet
Well,
first?
I did on a trampoline. Yeah, I did.
That's the important part when you do a backflip. Because if you don't, you keep going.
It's real bad.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
And I've never done it again because it kind of scares me still.
Yeah. I can do backflips on a trampoline pretty easy.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. It's honestly easier than a front flip.
Yeah. I can do front flips too. But the older I get, the scarier it gets.
Yeah.
You're like, I haven't done this in quite a while.
Also, the more videos I see of people failing that, I'm like, I'm just getting closer and closer.
I'm never scared of the flip. I'm scared of landing just a little off. You ever seen the videos where people do like a flip and they like land kind of sideways and it like shoots them sideways?
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I'm scared of. Like I know I'll be able to jump and do the full rotation and land where I'm at, but I'm scared I'm going to land just a little weird because, someone else like does a little bounce and all of a sudden it's just going to like boop, and I just fly off the edge of the trampoline.
And I'm a tall guy, so if they got the net, like if I bounce wrong, I could hit up like halfway over that net, and I'm folding over and falling over that trampoline.
Have you seen the guys that do like the wall? They have like the trampoline with the wall.
Those guys are so cool.
Awesome. And they do like, hey, we're going to land in the box.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Blows my mind.
I watched one the other day. They landed on a Bang energy drink.
Yep.
Because they're like sponsored by Bang, I think.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's incredible.
That would hurt.
I couldn't just jump up and land on a Bang energy drink.
Yeah.
Because I'd just be scared to be like, whoop, ankle gone.
Right.
Just done.
Back
to skydiving. Were you scared when you got into the plane you were about to leave?
No.
When did the most anxiety hit?
It honestly, there was not a moment where I was.
What about for
anxious.
other people though? Because you can see anxiety on other people's face.
Yeah, I think for Micah, it was before you got into the plane.
Yeah.
Knowing what was coming.
I think that's the worst part of all. Like a lot of thrill stuff is like the anticipation.
Right.
We're like, oh my gosh, I'm about to do this.
Yeah.
Like, should I? And then like all of the life decisions you've ever made start to flash before. Like, why have I made this decision for myself?
Also, they play a video for you that really explicitly is like, hey, if you die, you can't sue us, or no one in your family can. And
nice.
It makes you really think like, so I could die doing this.
You could die doing anything.
But then you're also like, statistically, it's not likely.
I mean, it's more likely than dying from other things.
Well, yeah. Some other things.
Like
less likely, more likely than getting.
You think it's more or less likely than
shark?
dying from a coconut? How many people die a year from?
We did this on a previous episode.
We did coconut.
Right?
It was like how many? It was like 200 a year.
More than sharks for sure.
Yeah, it was 200 a year. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Well, let's go off with I'm right. It's 200. How many people die in skydiving a year? That's the one we need to know.
Okay. Hold on.
Do that one.
So 150 people die by coconuts every year.
150. I'm pretty sure you told us 200 last time.
I don't know. Google might have changed.
Fact check you on that one, man.
Let's see, skydiving.
I have to go figure out which episode we did that on. Okay, while you're doing that, when we asked the people, 47% said they would call themselves a thrill seeker. Only 47. So less than half.
Yeah, that's less.
But then 59% of people said they have or would go skydiving. That makes zero sense. If you have or would go skydiving, you are somewhat a thrill seeker.
Somewhat.
At least a little bit. Because that's like,
right.
People think that's crazy.
I think people get tripped up with the word seeker. Because I would say I enjoy thrills, but I'm not a thrill seeker. Right? So, like, I enjoy going skydiving. I'd like to go whitewater rafting at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also not going to be like, hey, this weekend we're base jumping. Or, hey, this weekend we're going to go, like, rappelling or something like that.
Mm-hmm. But why do you enjoy those things? Because you enjoy the thrill.
Yeah.
So, like, you seek out that enjoyment.
Yeah, just not that often, which is why I think people would be like, oh, yeah, like, I'll do it. I'd like to do it, but I'm not, like, constantly trying to figure something out.
But the fact that 60% of people said they would or have, that's kind of like the peak of thrill seeking. Skydiving.
Maybe.
I
think bungee jumping's scarier, but
bungee jumping doesn't seem as scary to me, but I would never do it.
I feel like I just hurt my back.
That's
the
my
whiplash.
Thing. Yeah, that's it. There's no thrill seeking part of it for me. Like the standing on the edge is fine, but you can do that on a lot of things. But like the whipping aspect of bungee jumping looks just awful. When like it just looks like there will be one moment where it feels good, your back will pop right at the peak, and then it'll just whip you back, and you'll just have to go see a chiropractor for the next 6 months.
Or it'll completely align your back.
I'm gonna go with no.
Also, I found out what the fatality rate of
what is it?
Well, actually not rate, just the number of people. It was 11 people in 2020. But I don't know like how many.
Well, that was a COVID year. Can't skydive as much. Can't be next to someone.
Or
look up 2018. Look up 2018. That's
okay. Oh, I figured it out.
Okay.
So it's 6%. Wait. At a rate of 0.006 skydives, fatalities per 1,000. So what is that percentage was? 6% would be a lot, actually, if I'm thinking about it now. So that's like 0.0006% of people die while skydiving. That's a pretty good odd.
We don't know how many people skydive. That's dependent on how many people are skydiving.
Well, no. That's the rate. That's per 1,000 people. It's 0.006 people per 1,000.
I just need to see it because I don't know.
Right there. It's this one.
A rate of 0.006. Oh, so that okay. Per 1,000.
So that's like 0.0006%
right here, man. That's one fatality in every 167,000 jumps.
That's pretty good. How many? I mean, in comparison to coconuts, right? Like, do you think people are around coconuts a lot more often than they're skydiving? Probably.
I don't know. We live in Arizona, man. I'm still saying that skydiving is dangerous. I don't know why you want to get into the rates of this.
I just think it's not. I mean, honestly, at this rate, you're gonna die by COVID before you're gonna die of skydiving.
You're getting way too political, man.
I'm just saying.
You're gonna get this taken off the air. Hey, just stop.
All right, let's say you're more likely to die of the flu.
Don't bring
that of refrigerators falling on you too.
Vending machines. Vending machines is a big one.
What's the vending machine rate?
Why are we going in and just waste people?
How do you measure rates like this? Because I get it with skydiving. It's like of the people who go skydiving.
Well, normally it's just, I don't know why you're doing rates. Normally people just do per year. That's why I do sharks So I do sharks per year. That's why I do coconuts per year. That's why I do hippos per year. They do all that.
Yeah, but that rate doesn't matter to me, right? Because I need to know, like, if I go do something, what's the chance that I'm going to die? Like, if I go swim in the ocean, what's the chance that, how many people swim in the ocean in a year versus
that's
how
what I'm
many
saying.
people die by sharks?
The 1,000% rate doesn't matter as much as if you say approximately 12 people a year die from this, and you go, and approximately this many people jump. So you're like,
well, that's what a rate is.
But that's out of 1,000.
No. But that rate is simplified from that 100. It was 1 in 167,000 or something like that. So
right.
It's a simplified rate.
I know, but that was saying out of every 106. But is that how many per year? I'm just saying per year helps you. You go, okay, 12 people die this year. Probably not me. If it's like, is like 1 million people died this year from bungee jumping, be like, man.
But still, if it's like a million people out of 1 billion people who went, like I guess that's like a 1% chance. I might still do it.
I'm out, dude. You're crazy. All right. So, and I like the thrill seeker thing, but I'm like, okay, bungee jumping, I ain't doing it. It just doesn't look enjoyable.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the fear aspect outside of like the fear of whiplash.
Well, I think it would give you that like weird stomach feel of falling because you'd be jumping off of a bridge.
Yeah, but I feel like I get that from a lot of other things.
Yeah, and things that aren't going to wreck your entire body.
Right. You think you can bungee jump backwards? They like tie your arms instead of your ankles?
Oh gosh, I hope not. Are you kidding me? That would be the worst. I feel like my arms would go out of socket. And
what if my triple jointed and your arms don't come out of socket?
And my arms would like smack my ears.
You think that would make you taller?
No, I hope not. Maybe.
Think it'd make you poop yourself? That's a lot of inertia
downward. That's
an
experiment that I want to be a part of now that I think about it.
You know what I'm saying? It's like all that inertia is going down.
One clean outage. It's just...
who needs colonoscopy?
Yeah.
Chuck people off a bridge with their arms above
You still need the colonoscopy. You just don't need to fast before or whatever. Just bungee jump, colonoscopy. Man, this is a great idea.
This is genius.
Let's start a business.
We should.
Colonoscopy bungee. That's not going to work. We need a better name.
We'll come up with a better name on different.
Bungeonoscopy.
So you've only cliff jumped a couple times? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I've cliff jumped. Yeah, a few times.
I just don't understand the appeal.
It's hey, I'm falling, and I'm jumping into water, and it's nature.
That's but water, the higher you get, water is hard.
Yeah, boy, if you're super high up. I've never been more than like 40 feet though.
But that's like, getting to where
80 to 100.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you
got to be real aerodynamic.
You're like you're starting to move to the crazy territory.
Because 40's okay.
That's where you start falling way further in the water than you realize. And that's where like if you don't land right, you slip on that jump and you land on your back and you smack your head, that's concussion territory.
Oh, probably. You pencil dive every time.
That's what I'm saying. If you slip, you know how many people I've seen slip while skydiving?
True.
While jumping into water?
How many?
People do it off a diving board.
That's true. That thing's bendy though. You gotta watch out for that bend because otherwise you're like, oh, I'm standing a little lower.
You ever think about on diving boards, how, like pools that have them, they really don't move that much. Most of them, they're like so tight of a spring.
Right.
And you like do like this giant jump, and you really don't go anywhere. You ever watch someone like really try and jump off a diving board that's at like someone's house?
Someone's house, yeah.
Like the real diving boards that they dive off of move.
Right.
But like someone's house diving board, you like all of their weight and just like, and you don't go anywhere. Like,
right.
I don't understand the appeal of that.
I got it as a kid. Now as an adult, I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna break this every time.
But as a kid, you feel like you're moving a lot farther.
Right.
As an adult, you realize this thing is not making me go that much higher up in the air. Like as a kid, for whatever reason, you have the mental thought that you are like 20 feet in the air.
I did feel that.
Yeah. Now you jump on it, you're like, I didn't get much higher than if I just would have jumped as a normal jump.
Right. I could have just jumped off of a platform or something.
Could have.
Here's a question.
Answer.
How
Daily double.
High of a high dive would you jump off of in an Olympic pool? 20 feet deep. You're not gonna hit the bottom. Although that's a little bit scarier because you're like, what if I don't hit the bottom at all and I can't swim up?
Yeah. If I could progressively go up, pretty high.
How high do you think?
I don't know. I don't know how high they go. My biggest fear with that is
belly flop.
No.
Back flop.
No. It's hitting the water and it feeling like concrete. That's my biggest fear.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because they dive a very specific way. Because like you can't just dive like, oh, people are like, I'm gonna dive in the pool and their heads all up and they just put their hands together and they're praying pose.
Right.
And they're like, look, I dove. Like, no, you have to dive a very specific way so that your head is not up, so you don't just like break your neck.
Yeah.
And that would be my fears. I don't have that form.
That's fair. That makes sense.
Like, so the fear of jumping, not the big a deal.
You think like 20 feet, you would still get a good springy jump off of it?
Probably.
What about 40?
40 is where I'm like, I get worried about the water.
What if there was a rope that you had to jump and try to grab?
If there was where they like pre-shoot the water, like in the movies, where displays the water, the surface tension.
You might do it then.
Then I would do it. I'd be like, okay. They're like, hey, we're gonna move the water so surface tension is gone, so it's gonna be softer when you hit it. You'll be totally fine. And I can go in feet first because you can't feet first that high up. It'll break your ankles.
What? You point the toe.
No, break your feet, man.
You point the toe, it'd be fine.
No, you're wrong.
What if instead of the water displacement things, it was just Paul and I with
I would not.
two big ping pong paddles.
I would not
displacing
trust that.
the water.
No, I would trust Paul. You would be
trust me?
giggling.
Yeah, probably.
Paul would be serious about it because he's like, I know, because Paul would know that if I did it, the first thing I'm doing, if I go first, is I'm making you both do it.
Oh, I'd do it anyway.
Right?
Yeah.
Paul knows that if my life is dependent on that, one, he has to deal with my wife.
Right.
Right. Two, he's going to want me to do a good job for him because that's how we think. We're very task oriented.
Right.
You would start like splash fight with him and be distracted by what is going on. And Paul would be like, Alex, Ricky's about to jump. And you'd be like, ah, and then I would die. But you would probably feel more bad.
Maybe. I might feel more bad. I think I'd still try to jump afterwards, though.
If I was already dead?
Yeah,
just
in your honor.
My body's just floating in the water.
Yeah. Displace it, Ricky.
See, Israel, I would trust doing that because he's a very anxious person. He would be very concerned about all of us.
That's true. He would be.
He would be the best water splasher out of all of us.
Probably. And he's got those long arms.
Mm-hmm.
He should be a swimmer.
Well, I mean, it's kind of late now.
No, you can always be a swimmer.
My
grandma swam till she was 94.
Well, okay, that's not being a swimmer. That's just swimming. Those are
That's
different
a
things.
swimmer.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
You consistently swim, you're a swimmer.
How consistently do you have to swim to be a swimmer?
I'm
Daily?
gonna say
I'm gonna say daily.
Daily? No.
That's what swimmers swim, man.
Would you say you're a basketball player?
Not anymore.
Would you say
I say
that
I
you're
play
a
basketball
golfer?
now. Nope. I golf.
All right. What
Checkmate.
about a podcaster? I'd say I'm a podcaster. I do that once a week.
I listen to one every day, so that would make me a podcaster.
That's different. That doesn't count.
No, that's what podcasting is too.
No,
Listening
podcasting is
and-
not just listening to
recording.
podcasts. In that case, I've
didn't
been a
say it.
podcaster for
I didn't
years.
say it just is. It's also recording. It's both. It's both and.
No, I think that's a bad argument.
And or. I think saying your grandma is a 94-year-old swimmer is a bad argument because she got in the pool.
She's a 98-year-old not swimmer now because she doesn't
Oh.
swim anymore. But she used to swim like probably 5 times a week.
Then she was a swimmer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That counts. I asked how often. You didn't answer.
But you said that it's too late for Israel to become a swimmer. I said it's not too late. He can become a swimmer.
No,
My grandma was a swimmer.
I think it's too late. We've passed the age where we can learn new things.
Really?
Yeah, we're past it, man.
There's so many things I wanted to learn.
I know we can't learn anything. We're not allowed anymore.
Is there like a legal thing you have to
Mhm.
sign up and it's just like a really long waiting
Yeah,
list?
now you have to go through a court of appeals to be able to learn new skills.
Gosh,
Could you imagine if that was real?
that would be crazy.
I really would like to learn
Skill
to swim.
police?
May I please learn how to do this?
You start swimming on a
examine your
regular
body.
basis. Hey, do you have a permit for that?
You start examining like, we don't think this is the
We
same
don't-
for you.
this is for you.
Like, I want to start woodworking.
You're actually going to be a
No.
pickleballer.
That'd be fun. I want to play pickleball. It's a fun sport.
You've played it?
Mm-hmm.
We should play it.
They have it at the Buf.
We have the wooden paddles, which are really cheap, Tony and I. But if we get some new ones, I'm so down.
You got to get like high end. Do they have ones that have like spin?
No.
You know they're like ping pong paddles that are more smooth, so
Like
you get
rubbery?
add more spin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
So
They have that.
they don't. So
That
I
would
mean,
be
they
cool.
have ones. I mean, I'm sure like professional pickleball players would be like, this one's got way more spin. But there's nothing rubbery on the edge of a pickleball paddle.
Man, this is missed
Like,
opportunity right
Yeah.
there.
So the spin you get is like you have to be a master to get
What if
a
you
lot of
played
spin.
with like a wiffle ball bat?
like one
that-
of those super bats when
No,
it was
yeah.
like full of air?
You know, like the little thin wiffle ball bats. You
Oh,
know
one
what
of
I'm
those.
talking about?
Yeah.
You get really good. If you learn how to play with that, and then you go to a paddle, think how good you'd be. Like be like Mr. Miyagi training.
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. We should do that. We should train.
Absolutely
we should
not.
Start
I didn't get a permit for
a
that.
pickleball league. We should start
We
playing
should start
in
a pickleball
No, we
league.
don't start that. We should start playing in one, and then we could start playing in tournaments together.
All right, but we have to get matching uniforms.
I'm cool with that. You
Great.
can design them.
All right, sounds good.
I'm also.
Can they have little short
I
shorts?
also want to say on the podcast, and just admit that at our party that we went to,
Yeah.
we played cornhole.
Yeah.
And you and Israel beat me and Paul.
I think the term you're looking for is slaughtered.
You did not slaughter us.
Yeah,
You
we beat
us.
you by like 5 points.
Okay, that's not a slaughter. You did beat us.
Yeah.
Paul, I've never seen play such a bad round of cornhole.
Yeah.
And then I looked at his glasses because it was slightly raining. And homeboy had just like, it looked like
Fog everywhere?
It looked like a windshield that nobody had put wipers on for like 3 days. It was just completely fogged and just spots of water all over it. And I felt bad that I was making fun of him so much.
Oh man.
So I apologize.
Fight
I apologize,
through it,
Paul.
man. Fight through it.
I don't know why you can't just know how far it is.
Yeah.
Although it was
Be the bag.
It was way closer than we play. It wasn't regulation, so I will say. But you guys won.
We did.
You did a good job.
We won fair and square.
You did well. Paul was blind, so
that's his own thing.
You beat a cripple.
We didn't weight the bags.
I'm colorblind, so we
didn't
much
do
more.
Anything.
You didn't weight the bags.
We didn't listen. We played as fair as possible, just because he had.
I will
an
say,
issue.
Alex wouldn't play us the second game though. He refused. He's like, I'm gonna go dance, and they didn't go dance.
I did go dance.
No, we watched you. You went and like, I'm gonna dance, and then your wife wouldn't dance.
I was
with you
literally
like
the only dance, or it was me.
And then
Israel
you got off
Lauren.
the dance floor after one song because the song wasn't a dancing song. Just saying.
But then I got back on.
We watched it happen later, once the songs picked up.
After, yeah.
Because the dancing songs were not that good of dancing songs.
Mm.
But let's talk about dancing in public.
Oh yeah, good segue.
Thank you.
Wait, did we ever talk about whitewater rafting?
No, we'll come back to that.
Cool.
Dancing in public.
Got it.
We did it.
Yeah.
We were out there dancing it up.
Busting a move.
So I've gone to a lot of weddings.
Yeah.
And all sorts of different types of weddings.
Right.
Very expensive, extravagant, much cheaper. In wedding venues, outside, random places, at churches, all that kind of stuff. The one theme that I continue to tell my wife, and that has continued to be proven true, is that it doesn't matter the size of the dance floor or any of that.
Yeah.
The songs matter a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
About how much people dance.
Right.
But the other biggest factor is that when it's outside, people feel way more vulnerable and they won't dance. I've been at weddings where the DJ and the music is great and people will not get on the dance floor. And they were outside. But I've been at weddings where the DJ's like, okay, and the music's like fine, but everyone's on the dance floor because it's like dark and safe inside. Yeah. And I think there's a vulnerability about dancing outside where too many people can see you and the birds are watching, you know?
Yeah, totally.
That people don't like to dance outside. You have to be somewhat of a thrill seeker. You have to be super confident. You're like, I'm going to just go for this. And if you don't have that, you're probably not going to dance outside because you just are very self-conscious that people are watching you.
I think that's a good point. I think it's probably a multifaceted thing too, because I'm thinking even too now, like, you know, the music doesn't sound as all surrounding as it does inside because it doesn't feel like it's the only thing that's happening. It feels like there's a lot going on. Right. And you're just like off on the side.
And if it's like late at night, then maybe you can get some dancing going outside. Because it's darker.
Right.
But if it's like dusk or like right before that and there's still a bunch of light out, there's not a chance you get a full dance floor.
That's probably true. I think
I've
that
been
makes sense.
to many a wedding outside. Can't get a full dance floor.
Now, that being said, I think that is specifically a like, hey, we're at a party dancing kind of thing.
Or
I think if you had, but I think if you had like some sort of organized, I don't know,
flash mob.
Not flash mob. That's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like some sort of organized like square dance or hey, this is where people get together to do this sort of ballroom dance or something like that. I feel like that would happen in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I think that could because you know what you're getting into.
Right.
But if people show up to a party and you have like a DJ or music playing and you like expect them to dance and it's outside and the sun is out, ain't happening.
I think you're probably right about
people
that.
Are like, I don't do that.
That's when you go and you eat like a nice tiny sandwich.
Yeah, people will find a way to look busy.
Yeah.
But if you throw out, you get a good DJ, decent DJ.
Sure.
Decent music. And it's pretty dark in there and you get a few people out on the dance floor.
Right.
Like really just going for it.
Yeah.
Others will show up.
I think that makes sense.
We were at a party this last weekend.
Yeah.
We were all hanging out, having fun.
Right.
Just hanging out with our friends. Our buddy had put in a ton of work to make this really fun.
Yep.
He does this for a living. He like sets stuff up. He had a whole dance floor, and tarp and everything. Now it was a little rainy. But even with good music, there wasn't that many people on the dance floor.
No.
It was mostly us.
Right.
And our friends.
Right.
The only song that got most of the people on the dance floor, there was two.
Macarena.
The Macarena.
And the Cha-Cha Slide or Electric Slide or whatever that one is.
Cupid Shuffle.
Cupid Shuffle.
Those were the two.
That's because everybody knows what to do.
Exactly.
It's a confidence thing. They go, I can do this.
You can feel confident when they tell you exactly what to do. You can do that in the middle of the day. But the moment you have to make up the moves, and that everyone can see you, most people are out. I would say 98% of people gone.
I think you might be right on that.
So if you're planning a wedding,
You should write a paper.
if you're planning a wedding, those that I know, friends that are, engaged. We have one friend engaged. Don't dance outside, man. Don't dance outside. Because I won't dance.
I'll still dance. I'll do it.
Yeah, we know Alex will do it, but his dancing's like either ballroom. You do ballroom?
I do like a swing, like a swing dance.
We kept joking that you kept going to the same move, and like I can tell you had salsa lessons because you kept going to like salsa-esque moves.
No. Hold on.
No.
You give me too much credit. I learned pretty much nothing in salsa lessons.
I know, but I could tell. You've talked about it, but I could tell you like there was like a couple moves you did that like I've learned this move adjacent. Like it wasn't the move.
You don't know. I appreciate it, but you're so wrong.
No, man, we watched you. Paul and I watched you for a long time. It was a lot of fun. We were just stalking you.
Maybe I just have salsa in my bones.
Probably not, because then you would have liquid bones. And that wouldn't be good for you.
That sounds like the name of something. I don't know.
I think you're thinking of liquid death.
The
water.
That's such a weird name for water.
It is. I don't know why anyone would do that. Unless you're a thrill seeker.
Yeah, probably. But it's still like a little bit angsty.
That's true.
Liquid death. What are you drinking? Liquid death. Oh, let me get a sip of that.
Yeah.
It
It's weird.
tastes like water. Oh, it is. It is water.
I've never had it, but all right. So people, here's the deal. 78% of people said they have or would dance in public.
Yeah.
But if we had added in the day, in the middle of the day,
outside,
I don't think they would do it.
Right. And
I think that number would just.
I think
terrifying.
That number would not necessarily plummet because in your mind you're like, oh, yeah, whatever, I'm dancing anywhere. But when you get there, it's different.
Right.
I think if we invited all of our followers to a party at 1 p.m., not in the summer.
Yeah,
we would
year, kill people here because it's so hot.
Played a DJ, had an
actual good DJ.
Yeah, had a dance floor, lights. Well, lights wouldn't really. Shadow puppets. We had shadow puppets.
There we go. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that's different.
It's different.
Are
less
we
people
throwing
be on
this
the floor.
party?
No,
we're not throwing the party.
We don't make enough money from this to do this party.
Got it.
They're throwing this party for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Paul's gonna organize it.
He'll pay for it.
He'll pay for it. Yeah, I don't think people would be on the floor.
I don't either. But if you think about that, that's kind of sad.
Is it?
All of those people are thinking about the only reason they won't be on the floor is because
of
of the light and the lack of confidence.
Yeah. No, that is sad.
They're all like Batman.
Batman has a lot of confidence.
In the dark.
You don't think he'd be confident in the light? You think he'd be sneaking around?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's always sleeping.
He's out he's hanging upside down, sleeping. Wrapped himself up in his cape.
See, we need to... I was going to quote.
Batman?
Yeah.
What were we going to say? Did it not work out in your head, so you decided not to say it?
No, I was gonna quote Bane, and I just didn't want to do it because I didn't want to have to do the voice.
No, do the voice, man.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Do the voice. Give us your best Bane voice. Give us your best Bane voice.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Do you do the hands over the mouth?
No.
You don't do it? You don't do like this thing?
Well, I could, but I don't.
It probably sounded really good.
Be careful with that cord, man.
It was okay.
You almost pulled my ears out.
We're all waiting for you to do this Bane impression. Literally everybody on the podcast. That's why everybody wants to hear it.
They're not listening live. So,
were you going to cut this part out?
No. They're listening post-production.
Yeah, but in their head right now, they're going, man, I really wish we could do this Bane impression.
You keep bringing it up.
I know,
I'm moving on.
You're disappointing the listeners.
I'm okay with that.
All right, fine.
Disappoint them often. Whitewater rafting. You ever done that?
No.
I did it once.
In Disneyland?
Yeah. Yeah. The big bear ride?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that's called. I just know there's a big bear out in front of it.
I don't know either.
What? Grizzly Rapids. One of the times when I was on it, you know how the things move?
Yeah.
And like you have to get on while it moves?
Right.
I watched a lady's foot like miss. And I was like, this woman's going to die. Like that was all that like, and I'm usually pretty cool in those moments. Like I'm helpful. I froze because I didn't know what the appropriate help was.
Right.
Because she like slipped and caught the raft, you know?
Was she in the water?
No.
Her feet?
So, you know how it's got like the platform, it kind of moves?
Yeah.
she was like holding on to the edge of the cart wheel thing, whatever that is, the raft, like holding on, and her one foot was like dangling in between the dock and the thing, like towards the water, and the other foot was still on the dock, and she was just like moving. But it wasn't like super fast, because they don't move that fast. Yeah. But it was enough that I panicked.
Yeah.
And I was the most unhelpful human in that moment. I just stopped, and I didn't laugh. I wasn't like a jerk about it, but I didn't know how to help. Do. And I felt like if I ran,
you can't be like, "Hey, stand up," because it's like, where?
Yeah.
Which foot? Do I put my feet in the raft? Do I what?
Well, like this is random lady.
Yeah.
Like I don't know who this person is, and I felt like if I run, I'm gonna move that dock, and she's gonna fall off.
That's a good
so
point.
I did nothing. So these like two of the like workers and whoever was behind her like grabbed her and like pulled her up.
Right.
And then she still got on the ride.
Okay.
But then every time since then, when I get on that ride, I'm like very, very particular about. I take a really big leap. Like when you're a kid and you're going up the escalator and you get told the stories that you can get sucked in.
Yeah.
I like do a big step over that when you're a kid.
Yeah.
That's what I do when I get on Grizzly Rapid.
That's probably smart.
I am not taking the risk of falling in on this thing.
You should continue that tradition, I'll say, when you're old, because then at that point you may not be able to step as well.
That's true.
But you want to make sure that you keep it going.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
Pass it down to my kids. All right, kids.
Yeah.
Take a big step. I watched this lady fall, so take a big old step. Also, one time I had an Ewok backpack on.
And it got sucked into an escalator?
No. Oh. It got very, very wet on the ride.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
And I was very sad.
Yeah.
Because then he looked more like a rat. Ewok.
An E-rat.
Would you go whitewater rafting?
Absolutely. I would do it. I'm honestly, probably of all those, though, that's the one I'm most scared of.
Yeah, because you could fall in.
Because it could flip, and I could smack my head on a rock, and I'm dead.
You wear a helmet.
I know, but I don't know.
I'd be scared of someone else that I didn't know being near me and hit me with their oar.
Oh, yeah.
Or
that's
their paddle. I don't know which one they're called. I mean, I know you got a helmet in, but like, I don't trust people, man.
Plus, that oar, that could sneak in right here. Hit you
I know, right? Break your nose or something?
Break your nose.
Like, some lady just trips falling into the thing and bap, smacks you with an oar.
Right. What if you fall in the water? Break your nose.
That's true.
You coming out of whitewater rafting with a fine nose? Great for you.
Yeah.
No way I'm going to do that.
Yeah, scary. You get surgery, though. Make your nose whatever you want it to look like.
Are you indicating that I should make my nose smaller?
No.
Is that what you're trying to say?
I think we should both do it and get Voldemort noses. Shave them off.
Yes. Our wives would be so happy.
They're stuck with us.
I'll never be able to have a mustache if I do that. It would be weird if you had a mustache and no nose.
Are you ever really
What if Voldemort had a mustache? Hey, I know some people who get 30 and they can grow something. That's what I'm holding out for.
You tried it for a couple weeks.
I'm really holding out.
Paul and I were getting worried about it.
Yeah, I was worried about it too.
We were worried.
I got really sick of it actually, and I was
we
like,
were
I'm
worried it was going to get to that level where New Girl Schmidt is just putting lotion.
Hey, he grew out a full mustache there though.
Yeah, but we were worried you were going to just start putting lotion or something on it. We were just going to have to look at it.
Gosh, no, I'm not going to do that.
It's just it wasn't
didn't work.
But I think if you could do like the walrus one, it's like really thick. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It looks like you combed it perfectly.
Right.
If you did that,
like Tom Selleck.
Yeah, if yours ever grows where you can like grow like that, you should totally do it.
I'm gonna do it.
That'd be cool.
But I have to get my hair changed to a different style.
Yeah, because you can't have like middle part and then like.
Yeah.
You should just do it.
Unless I could get like
just get bangs and just cut it straight across.
No.
So it looks the same as your walrus mustache.
Oh, that's horrible.
That would be a really good look.
That would be a terrible look. I'm gonna do it. I'll do it if I can.
You should.
I think I should get one of the. What's the guy from Bugs Bunny? The one who tries to.
Bugs.
No, the other one.
What? Elmer.
The one who's like always. No, not that. The guy who's got the big mustache, the big red mustache. What's his name? Is it Yosemite Sam? Is that the guy? Yeah. I don't want a Yosemite Sam mustache.
I don't even know.
That'd match my bangs right now. My hair.
You're matching my bangs.
And then I'd have this up here.
I think.
Yeah, he does the pow, 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 pow.
Yeah. I think you should get frosted tips.
No.
On his mustache?
No.
The mustache.
I actually saw that on a TikTok the other day.
You did it.
A guy did that.
I'm looking this up.
It was hilarious. He was like, we should make this a trend. And he has a big mustache and he did frosted tips. But it wasn't like just some of it. It was like the bottom half of his mustache was blonde. It was so funny.
What? I can't find this. I found somebody who did the frosted tips on their mustache, but it was like they did one of those curly mustaches and the edge were frosted.
That's different. No, this guy was like half of it.
That's awesome.
You should do frosted tips though.
I'll do it. If I ever grow a mustache, I'll do it.
No, with your hair right now. Just the
right now.
Just do frosted tips on the edge of your wavy hair. You could make it cool, man.
I don't think so.
I think it'd be like a K-pop cool type thing.
I know, but I'm not really going for the K-pop aesthetic.
You could though. You could switch it up.
I'll think about it.
You should.
But
you could start.
You have to do it with me.
There's pictures of me with frosted tips, man.
No. I want you to go K-pop. I don't need you to do.
I can't do my hair like that.
You don't need to do it like this.
My hair
need to
just
dye
gets
it
bigger.
bright blue.
Like my hair is so long right now because I haven't gone to the barber.
Yeah.
Because it was like holidays and all that stuff, and then we're going up to the cold this weekend. So I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do it then. Then I'm going up to cold the following weekend. My hair is gonna be awful by that time. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do.
You can have a full-on fro.
But there's no K-pop in this hair. It just gets bigger.
Make it bright blue. That's fine by me. You can do that. Bright blue Ricky hair.
And you've seen, like, when my hair gets wet, it gets really weirdly wavy and curly. Like, parts of it are wavy and parts of it are curly. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Actually, I take it back. You shouldn't do bright blue. I don't think that would look good on you. I think you got to do bright red.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be good.
That would be pretty cool. Like fire engine red?
Yeah, like fire engine red. That'd be good.
What if I did red
like that,
blue?
Like that refrigerator right there.
Oh,
but a little darker.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Like Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen. I get this Lightning McQueen shaved inside my head, like
the little
thunderbolt,
thing, a little ka-chow,
lightning bolt.
Yeah,
I said thunderbolt. That wouldn't make any sense. He's Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
I would also go whitewater rafting. Like seriously,
honestly, I thought you'd already done it.
I've done it like once, but it wasn't like crazy rapids.
Yeah,
you know, it was like we're whitewater rafting, right. And it's like a couple points. We're like whoa,
right?
But I want to go. Like really? I want like you're buckled in. Yeah, because they buckle you in. Oh. I want like you're buckled in, helmet on, and it's like 5A rapids.
We should do that for Paul's bachelor party.
Like white rapids the whole time. For Paul's bachelor party?
Yeah.
We can't lose him though on his own bachelor party. That's probably what would happen.
Just lose one of us.
Because we would just be looking at each other giggling, and we'd forget that he's there. It's like what we do on here.
That's really sad.
He's so quiet over there. You guys can't ever see Paul over there. We'll have him on here again soon because we know y'all miss him. He sits in my office chair more than I do because I barely ever use this.
That's true. Yeah.
Because there's always podcast stuff in here.
Yeah.
But he uses the same cheetah print blanket every week. And he just sits over there quietly on his phone and he just throws stuff in randomly. And then we go, "Hey, Paul, will you Google this?" And he does. He's just the best.
He is the best.
He's the best.
Honestly,
Paul, we love you.
The weeks that you're not here, it's not as good. It's not as good for me.
Well, that's because Alex has to get up and turn the camera on and off.
And I have nowhere to look. I always look at you.
All right.
It's nice.
Thrill seeking. What's the next thing you want to do?
Thrill seeking wise?
Thrill seeking.
Definitely not bungee jump. I think the next thing I want to do,
outside of what we already talked about.
Well,
something else.
I'd like to do because I want to go snowboarding soon, and I'd like to like kind of push myself a little bit and do something there. Not like too much. I'm not gonna go
come
up
to
like
Sunrise
a jump
with me, man.
I maybe we'll see.
Let's do this. I'll take you on some black diamonds.
That might horrify me, but maybe that's what it's supposed
these
to be.
Fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hard to get to. There's one in particular.
Oh gosh.
And you're right underneath the lift, so everyone can see you.
Good.
It's so fun, dude.
That sounds horrible.
Best. So there's this like you go up, there's like two mountains, right? Painting a picture reverse of everyone else. There's actually Sunrise, and then they call this side. Some people call it Apache, but it's actually Cyclone because there's really three mountains. It's like it's Apache at the top, Sunrise, and then Cyclone. But we always go to this side, and we run down Apache most of the time. Cyclone's over here, and really most people don't do that.
Yeah.
And the lift that was to it wasn't even operating the last couple times I was there.
Yeah.
But you come down this middle lift. On Apache, there's like this lift that goes up, and then it comes down to a mid-mountain lift, and it takes you to the top of Apache.
Right.
Well, where that's going up to the top, that like breaks out, and it's really open. And there's like a far left that you can go. There's a far right. There's like kind of mid-left. That mid-left is open, and then it just is like this drop-off. I don't do that because a lot of skiers do that, and I try and stay away from them because we just don't get along, you know?
Yeah.
And it's pretty steep. And like trying to stop on a snowboard on that when it's a little icy, no bueno. So go right underneath the lift.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it goes far right, like I said, and that's super open. But then there's like this mid-right area, and it's very narrow. Like it's like the size of a normal hallway.
What?
width, and it's very fast down, but you're fine. Like, because they build it up on both sides, so if you fall, you're just gonna hit like bank.
Yeah.
But like then it opens up. It like goes down and turns to the left, and it opens up into this open area, which is like a blue run.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad, and you have enough room to kind of turn your board and slow yourself down. But if you don't, if you go full speed and then you can launch yourself up, like just all of your speed up into the powder that they kind of push off, and you have to go over the groom stuff, and then you go down this black diamond run that's it's pretty wide, but it's right under the lift, and it's all untouched powder, and it's so fun.
What?
But last
This
year,
sounds like I would probably go flying into a bunch of trees.
no, the trees are moved far away. You'd be fine. But the last year I did it with my dad.
Yeah.
I went up, he went up first, and he made it because he has skis. So he like pulled himself up,
Yeah.
and then I was sitting up at the top waiting to make sure he was up there.
Yeah.
And then I like full speed. I'm like tucked, getting all the speed I can, and I like launch up, and there was so much snow. I went up, and as soon as it started to slow down, I just buried to the point where like I couldn't even reach my binding. So my dad like had his pole, and he like pulled me out to get out of the like groom stuff so we could get on the actual run.
So like when you go up, are you like catching air?
No, you're going
okay.
up snow. So they like build a bank
Yeah.
because it's not really meant to be like a full run.
Yeah.
So you're like going up over this, and you're like gliding over it, but you're bouncing a lot. Like
Yeah.
it's not like a groomed run.
Right.
So it's pretty scary
Yeah.
because you have to be going really fast to get up on it. But I mean, just go for it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Do a couple black diamonds.
I'll do. I'm cool.
My
I'm a cool
first
guy.
real snowboarding trip.
Yeah.
We were in Colorado,
Okay.
Wolf Creek.
Yeah.
Tons of snow there. Just
Right.
snows constantly. And I was with my buddy, and I was a new snowboarder at this point. Like, still learning how to not falling leaf. Wasn't that good yet.
Right. So
Enough
like
that
me last time.
Yeah. Probably like you this year. Like I had learned the basic skills, but was wanting to learn on the others, but hadn't really gotten there.
Okay.
And we were riding a couple lifts the whole day, kind of intermediate ones,
Sure.
But we were in Colorado. Like 5-year-olds are riding diamonds at that point.
Yeah.
Like, they're crazy. They just like tuck and go.
Yeah.
It's insane. And they're just flying past you on the mountain like nothing's happening because
Yeah.
they've been skiing since they were like 2.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, we've been doing this lift. What's, we asked somebody, and he was like, oh, go on that lift over there. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. There's an older guy, so whatever.
Sure.
I don't know if we got on the wrong one. If he also didn't know what he was talking about, we get on this lift, and it is going forever.
Yeah.
Like 20-some minutes on the lift.
Wow.
It was a very long lift.
Yeah.
And I'm with my buddy, and we're like looking at each other, and we're like, we're on the wrong lift. Like, this is going way too far up the mountain.
Yeah.
Like, and it's snowy, and it's windy, and it's actively snowing, but it's the point, we can't see the lodge anymore.
Oh, no.
I'm like, we're going to die. Like, that's the only solution. It gets so cold as we're going up that I'm like adjusting I have like a face mask on that's like a half bandana that's like meant for warmth.
Right.
I pull it off, like untie it because it's getting like itchy, and it had formed because the condensation from breathing into it to my face, and it was frozen solid because it was that cold outside. And I'm just panicked.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how to get down the mountain. We don't have a map. You just have to guess.
Yeah.
We get to the top, and then right at the top, there's literally this giant sign that basically says, like, please be quiet. You're now in avalanche country.
No.
And I'm like, okay, I am not a good snowboarder.
Yeah.
Neither is the guy that's with me. And we're in avalanche country.
Yeah.
And so like then you start thinking things like, well, if I fall, is it going to cause an avalanche?
Right.
Like, and I don't think we were going down, because we were going down a trail still.
Right. Yeah.
We were in the spot that was really going to cause an avalanche, but that sign is terrifying.
Yeah.
Because I'm like in high school. I'm like a freshman probably.
Right.
I'm young. I'm just terrified. It took us almost an hour to get down the mountain because we were going so slow because it's just trees everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to turn. I could turn one way at this point, really.
Yeah.
Didn't know toe side. So thrill seeking at that point. I was out. Now snowboarding, I'm game.
Yeah.
As long as I know like the people that are with me are equally able. Because there's a lot of people that go snowboarding, they're like, let's try it. And that's how people get injured.
Right.
I'm like, your skill level's not there. Like,
right.
If your skill level is not there and you're not confident on going on it, then just don't go. That's okay.
Yeah.
Because there's certain runs, like I said, the really steep one, and I'm like, not confident. Not with people around me, not with how steep it is. Just trying to stop on a snowboard. No.
Right.
I'm okay. I'll still go on diamond runs.
Right,
but I don't need that one.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
cool.
I think it makes
with
total sense.
Because like I'm also trying to not go to the emergency room. Done that before.
I probably wouldn't do most runs, even at Snow Bowl, without like somebody like you or Tony there who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, kind of guide the way.
Right, because I'm like I'm gonna slowly go down all this.
And then you're like, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm in trees and I don't know why. Where did I turn
these come from?
That's what happens, man. You're up on a mountain, you're not paying attention. I would like the whitewater rafting sounds fun.
Yeah.
And obviously skydiving. But I would like to do, like, we talked about it a little bit. I was talking about it with your wife the other day, but like the Arizona Trail. Like,
oh, yeah.
I want to do, I've talked about it with my dad a lot, like in the past. I want to do one end to the other.
One long backpacking trip.
And I feel like that's a thrill seeking because it's like,
yeah, I think so.
To go that far.
Right.
And that be on the trail that long, it's like, that's a commitment.
You'd probably want to do a few things before that so that you get the idea of, hey, I can backpack on my own.
I've done that.
You've backpacked on your own?
Mm-hmm. Not for that
how long.
Just a couple days.
Oh, okay.
But like, it's all the same stuff, just longer. You just need more food.
Yeah.
A lot of those trails.
You got to know where the water is.
A lot of those trails too are nice though because they're like carved out.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
Where like we did just different like stuff, especially when I was younger.
Yeah.
We did like backpacking on our own where we'd all just be out goofing off in the,
right.
Pint or in Prescott, outside of Prescott and be like, all right, set up camp, whatever.
Yeah.
Just figure it out. And then you survive.
That'd be cool.
It's fun.
You should do it.
I should, but
I'll mail you packages of food.
That's where you need people that know how to support it. You're like, oh, we're 4 weeks in and no food.
No food.
Because the Arizona Trail is really long.
Yeah, it is really long.
That would be my thrill seeking. That would be so fun.
I
love backpacking.
Yeah. I would hate doing it alone, though.
Oh, man, I would be fine with it.
No.
Just have some books. I need books mailed to me, too, though, so I can mail them back so I don't have to carry all the weight.
You don't have to carry all of them? Even one of your books, though, that you'd want to bring would probably add, like, 50% of the weight to your bag.
Yeah, most of those over there are pretty thick books.
The dense books. You're like, well, let me just read on the Trinity while I'm out here.
It'd be a great time.
5 pound
sounds
book.
like a great sabbatical.
I think so.
I would love it.
Maybe you can get sponsored by Zondervan or something.
Sponsored by a theologian. Yeah. Well, I don't have much more to say. I feel like both of us would fall in the category of thrill seeker adjacent.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're like close,
I was
but
thinking
not
about
quite.
changing my Instagram bio to that.
Thrill seeker adjacent.
Yeah.
We both should.
Yeah.
We should change the Oddcast to that. Just that's all it says in there.
Seeker adjacent.
We are thrill seeker adjacent.
Yeah.
That's
Two
it.
thrill seeker adjacent dudes.
Start a podcast. We should podcast while we bungee jump.
What? We bungee jumping together?
Yep.
That's a terrible idea.
You hold the mic. I'll talk.
Not from the same anchor point, right?
Then we'll switch. I'll hold the mic while you talk. And then we'll both go. And Paul holds the mic while we talk.
This is
genius.
This is a mess. We're going to go because if we have the same anchor point, we're just going to smack right down at the bottom.
Or we're going to high five awesomely.
That would be great.
We're playing it perfect.
Yeah.
Paul, would you bungee jump?
Absolutely.
Paul would bungee jump.
Bungee jump?
That was gross. Why would you rather bungee jump or skydive?
Skydive.
You'd rather skydive. Why would you bungee
Whitewater
jump?
rafting, where does that fall?
I'd do it.
Would you, but before bungee jumping? List them. Dancing in public.
Yeah. We
Whitewater rafting.
Yeah.
Top, okay.
Yeah.
That's the one you want to do the most.
I want to do skydiving the most.
Skydiving the most.
And then probably the river rafting.
And then?
I love those videos of bungee jumpers. I think it's
Really?
cool. Yeah, I would
Have you ever talked to someone that's done it though?
No.
That's what turned me off to it. Because I always thought they were cool looking. And then I talked to 2 people that did it, and both of them were like, my neck hurt for weeks.
I would rather
That's
do
when I was
like
out.
a giant swing.
Oh, those are really cool looking.
Like at
Those
like at
freak me
UCYC?
out though. No. They're like, yeah.
That's the giant swing, bro.
No, not in comparison to these. Have you seen those like giant arch formations that people will
off the cliff?
They'll base jump, but they'll be tied onto the arch, and they'll have like some sort of a harness. So you swing underneath this giant arch.
Yeah. They have them on like cliff edges too, where they have like a bunch of different safety point pulleys so like you can jump off a cliff basically, and you swing next to it, but you don't like swing into it.
Oh.
That sounds scary to me than like the archway, because I'm like, all I'd be thinking about is like that ledge is getting closer.
Yeah.
And I have no way to stop it.
What I really want to do is I want to do like the squirrel suits.
Yes,
no.
I want a wingsuit so bad. Yeah. I've looked into it.
Those are horrifying.
It costs so much money to be able to do it, and it's like thousands of hours to be allowed to squirrel suit by yourself. And I feel like squirrel suiting with someone else, that's gotta be weird.
But like
you gotta be so close.
Yeah.
Parasailing, I'd want to do some parasailing.
You know which one I don't want to do is hang gliding.
No.
Ugh.
Where you're like doing a plank.
Yeah.
And you're just
is
like
that the hang gliding one?
on that like
on the like bar
like
thing?
paper plane.
Paper towel. Yeah, it's a paper towel plane.
Yeah.
The bar across is made out of paper towel.
It's made out of paper towel.
Recycled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
environmentally
earth
friendly.
conscious.
Yeah. In case you crash, you plant a tree.
Yeah. Hey, that's genius. Your body will help it form.
Yeah.
I'm not about that one.
No.
That looks scary. I like when things have a motor that helps me go. Or just send me out. Just give me some cloth. Hopefully.
Like paper towel or something.
Yeah, like paper towel.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. It'd be cool if you could figure out how to make paper towel work. You'd be a genius.
I'll try.
You would.
I don't think anybody would buy it.
I don't either. But, if you figure
They'd be
it
like,
out.
why is this still perforated? Why do I have a perforated parachute?
It rips on the way down. Oh, no.
It's for easy access in case you need to clean up a spill.
See, but the problem with some of these is also like just the harnesses and stuff are so uncomfortable.
Yeah, but you kind of need that.
I know you need it, but I'm like, man, we've been doing this a while. Does they all have to hurt so bad?
I don't know.
Just saying.
I'm sure they got harnesses that don't hurt as bad. They're just
much
more expensive. Yeah. And they're like, we're not just going to let this person who's going to come bungee jump once use this.
That's a valid point. What's your wisdom?
I think if you're the guy.
You make a face every
you're
time
the
you
guy.
guys start this.
Yeah.
You just know it's about to go downhill.
If you're the guy displacing the water underneath a high dive and you got two big old ping pong paddles.
How big?
Big old ones. Like big ones.
Thank you for the description.
You're welcome. I say start a splash fight. Definitely.
All right. So that
But a splash fight that's splashy enough to displace all the water. Best of both worlds. Displace the water and you get water in your friend's face. And hopefully it's Paul.
I thought you said the new year you're going to try and make these better.
Did I say that?
Yeah, that is what you said.
That was old me.
Oh, all right. New year, new
year, new me.
Well, guys, thanks for listening. We appreciate the support and even through the wisdom or the lack thereof that we give you each and every week.
Every week.
We love y'all.
Golden nuggets.
Golden nuggets. Let us know if you want Paul back on the Oddcast, because if you want to see his face.
Yeah.
Right now, we just keep him in the corner and you can only hear his voice. But if you want to see his face, let us know. Let him know so that he has confidence to come sit in between us again. And we can grill him with questions of nonsensicalness.
Send him a virtual hug.
Virtual hug.
We'll know.
Thanks for listening. And remember, stay out.